The good things that the coronavirus brought us. You know, the coronavirus brought the world a lot of destabilization. It took us out of our normal habits, routines, and restricted some of our liberties. And it still is. I mean, right now in America, as I make this video, we're in week 6 of a national lockdown. We're trying to start to slowly reopen some states in America, but life is still very much quote unquote abnormal. So, is there any good that has come out of this? I think so, and I want to share with you. Not in like a corny, like, oh, we got to appreciate life more type deal. I mean, look, you could do that anytime in life with any bad thing. But like with any bad thing, I guess, yeah, you can pull positives out of it, at least in my opinion. So to me, I want to name some things that I believe are good things that came out of the coronavirus. Number one, the ability to work remotely. Before the coronavirus, I have a remote job in IT. It took me years to get. And working remotely has become more and more available as technology has evolved. But I don't think it was as acceptable and as an abundant opportunity as it will be after the coronavirus. All the way from basic medical checkups that can be done via video conferencing on the phone or laptop to a variety of different jobs that are going to see that you can effectively do your job remotely. And that will give people the ability to be more free and to maybe travel more or live in a different place. In one sense, the coronavirus has restricted travel, restricted your ability to just freely move. But after the coronavirus, in one sense, even with certain restrictions, you may have a better ability to live as a traveler, as a nomad, as a person who just simply wants to relocate to another state. If you could work remotely, your options of your location become way more abundant. You have more options to live in different areas. And I think that's important. Why do I think that's important? Because for me, I think living in an environment that you love plays a huge part in quality of life. And even if you didn't get the coronavirus, the average life expectancy is 80. So in one sense, every human is terminally ill because all of us are going to die. And so you should spend most of your years living in an environment that you love. That's important. And that's why one of the main reasons why I wanted to work remotely. So I think that's a good thing. Number two, basic jobs, which quote unquote are considered basic jobs by society, working at Walmart, working at a gas station, DoorDash, food delivery. These jobs are now essential, critical jobs in society and therefore have a higher value currently. As an example, if you were working at Walmart and making $12 an hour, maybe now you're making over 15 because you're getting hazard pay. Because the cashier at Walmart is just as critical, okay, as a nurse in one sense of speaking. You need food supply. You need the ability to buy goods, and therefore you need merchants in those stores. You need food delivery, especially if you're elderly or sick and you can't risk going outside. So the ability, look, America has had the middle class shrink over the past 20 to 30 years. The wealth gap has grown, and we have devalued certain jobs in society. And now, only if you're a hedge firm broker, only if you're a venture capitalist, only if you're some type of big entity are you respected. We respected Donald Trump because he was a billionaire, but we look past the fact that he had a low character, okay? Low character. And that matters. And it matters Not only when you evaluate something, but to give someone, a hard-working person at Walmart, the gas station, a food delivery, to give someone a living wage matters, okay? And that goes like into my other thing. You can think you're some smart, savvy investor, trading stocks or with your investments, but anyone can be humbled. And as soon as you lose your wealth, you were doing great with a restaurant, you were doing great with your investments. As soon as the stock market or society tanks, you beg for the government's assistance. Jim Cramer goes on CNBC and says, the federal government's got to step in. We socialize the risk-taking of the private sector, and then we don't share in the profits. As a society, capitalism has failed 3 times. The Great Depression, the Great Recession, and again this time. And every time the government bails them out. And we forget about the empathy for the regular person after we go back up to all-time highs on the stock market. The stock market is, the Dow Jones average is the devil. We look at that to determine, are we doing good as a society? I don't think we should abolish the stock market, but it should be a shared stock market. If we share in the losses when it goes down, we should share in the profits when it goes up, and every citizen should get a dividend off the profits. Got to be that way. We may not get that initially, but let it be documented that it's shown that every person that lost money or is losing money is begging for help. Okay. And forgive me for getting loud. I try not, every time I make these videos, I say, I know it's better if I talk soft and I don't talk politics. But then to me, the video wouldn't matter. It just wouldn't matter. And I think the final thing that I share, I got a bunch I want to share. I really do. But the final thing I want to share is the quality of your relationships. Being quarantined with your spouse, your children, or your family members, it tests the quality of your relationships. They're either good or bad. And I think it's a good thing if some people say, you know what, after this quarantine, I want to get a divorce. Or after this quarantine, I value more time with my children, more time with my spouse. I don't want to work a side job on the weekends. I don't want to work 20 hours of overtime just to have a second home by the beach. I want to sell my regular house. I want to live in a small house by the beach, and I want to spend more time with my family. The revaluing of quality time with good relationships. We revalued the stock market, and we say most of these companies ain't worth shit unless the taxpayer bails them out, unless the interest rates get lowered. So we should also revalue the quality and the time we spend with people. Is this person worth 2 cents, or they ain't worth shit? One or the other, guys. Don't waste 10 years of your life on someone that ain't worth shit. And value the people that are in your life more than 2 cents. Value the cashier, but also value the time with your child, with your dog. The valuing of time, the valuing you put on a relationship matters. That's a good thing that'll come out of this. Not just the revaluing of a price to earnings ratio on a fucking stock. Don't waste your life looking at a fucking ticker. Don't waste your life with a nasty bitch or a lazy ass dummy guy. Guys, look, you're terminally ill. Even if you didn't get the coronavirus. Do you realize that? You want to waste your time on someone that ain't worth shit? I don't want to waste another second. That's how I feel. And I hope some good comes out of this. My biggest concern, not for me, because guys, look, like I say, I'm not going to wait for someone else to make my life better. I never did. I sold my house before the coronavirus. I changed my health. I changed my habits before the coronavirus. I'm not waiting for society to change my life. Don't wait for society to revalue a structure of society with stock markets, with quality time at your job, quality time at your relationship. Don't wait for anyone. You got to do it yourself. Because the system will always be a day late and a dollar short. But still push on the system. But you got to reinvent your life. Your job. It's your job. And I hope that people remember to live with urgency. And I think that'll be a good thing. I really do. And I hope this video was a good thing for you. If you do, I appreciate if you click that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Check out my playlist and my Patreon if you like to support. Peace and love.